जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद। जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद।
जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद।
जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत की जय।
जय
श्रील कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to today's Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita reading. We are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 7, Lord Chaitanya's tour of South India. So we were reading that Mahaprabhu visited the home of a Brahmana called Kurma Brahmana. After he was worshipped by this Brahmana, the Brahmana, after serving prasadam and everything, the Brahmana wanted to go with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because he said, the material miseries, I'm not able to tolerate the waves of these material miseries anymore. Let me go with you. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, never speak like this. You stay at home and you chant Hare Krishna always. And then he gave one more instruction that on my order, you become a guru, right? And Jare dekho tare kaho Krishna upadesh. Whoever you see, you instruct them about the orders of the Supreme Lord given in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. And in this way, you become a spiritual master in that particular country, that particular land, wherever you are. Just tell the people around you, whoever you see, you tell them about the Lord's instructions in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. And what will happen if you do that? Then you want to be with me. Even though you are at home, you will always feel that you are with me. There won't be any separation. That So actually in the verse it is said, you will meet me again. You will see me here again. We will meet once again here if you do this. And Srila Prabhupada, or in the same verse it is said that it means that we will meet again here, or it means that we will never lose each other's company. We will be together. That means when you are engaged in the Lord's service, then you are with the Lord. There is no separation from the Lord. So specifically here, Mahaprabhu is instructing about preaching, right? You practice first of all, you do bhakti, nirantara, Krishna Nama Loiba, right? You chant the names of the Lord continuously, and then you share it with others. If you do that, if you follow these regulative principles as I'm instructing you, we will meet again here, or you will never lose my company, like that. And also, whatever you're saying, the waves of material miseries which are difficult to tolerate, you will become free. Those material miseries will not obstruct your spiritual advancement. That means you'll become completely, um, uh, you'll become completely, what is the word? Uh, Not affected uh, by those miseries, right? That means they won't affect you. It's like a lotus leaf. Even though lotus leaf is in water, it is never touched by water. Like that, even though you may be in this material world, you will not be touched by those material miseries. So that's the way. I mean, there is philosophically we can discuss a lot, but I think we discussed philosophy yesterday. We'll read the pastime today. But how we will not be touched, that was the point I wanted to tell you. In short, I'll tell you, because, unless we discuss the philosophy again and again, it won't sit inside. It has to be repeated again and again. And actually, in the 18th chapter Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that he repeats it. I'm going to repeat in the 18th chapter. After he said the whole Bhagavad Gita, again Krishna is saying, Bhuyaha. Bhuyaha means once again I'm going to tell you. Why I'm going to tell you once again? Because I love you. Because you're dear to me. So when someone is dear to you, you repeat it again and again so that they will get that message. So that is Krishna's way of teaching again and again. So, yeah. So why we will not be affected is, right now we are in the position, we are thinking that we are this body. Actually, nothing is happening to us. But what is the problem is, I am claiming that I am this body. Therefore, when there is pain coming to this body, I'm thinking I am experiencing that pain. I'm actually feeling that pain because I am thinking I am this body. But is it possible that simply by theory you'll come out of that? It's not possible. It is only possible by two ways. One way is Nishkama Karma Yoga, and the other way is by surrendering to the Lord. Because when you do bhakti, when you surrender to the Lord and when you render pure devotional service, actually, even to enter into pure devotional service, you have to come out of Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam. So that is a pre-qualification. So coming out of the bodily consciousness means you have to do your work and you have to offer that result to the Lord. You have to come to the mode of goodness in essence. When we come, and how will we come to the mode of goodness? We will come to the mode of goodness by doing work, our karma, without attachment to the results and offering that to the Lord with love. When you do this, by that you'll come to the mode of goodness, and mode of goodness lifts you above the bodily platform. Then and also while doing your work, tolerating happiness and distress that comes, and not giving up your dharma, you holding on to your dharma. When you do this, it brings you to the mode of goodness. And mode of goodness lifts you above the bodily platform so that you don't feel pain and pleasure of the body. But if you can actually take shelter, and then what is the goal? The goal is to actually surrender to the Lord. So mode of goodness is not bhakti. That's not bhakti. Mode of goodness acts like a catalyst. In a chemical reaction, you have a catalyst. Catalyst, what it does is it speeds up that chemical reaction. it makes that, it affords a favorable atmosphere for that reaction to take place. So similarly here, mode of goodness will help us to speed up the process of surrendering to the Lord. Surrender to the Lord will only happen when we get full faith in the Lord. And we will get full faith in the Lord only when we hear from Shastras, from pure devotees. When we get the mercy of pure devotees, that is when we can enter into pure devotional service. But if you are already on a nice, favorable ground in the mode of goodness, as soon as you receive that mercy, immediately, like a dry grass that catches fire, immediately you can come to pure devotional service. Then when you are in pure devotional service, because you're not in the body, then you don't, whatever happens to the body, it will not affect you. Pains and pleasures of the body will not affect you. So here the Lord said that if you chant the names of the Lord, Nirantar means what? You're already in pure devotional service. 24 hours if you're chanting means you're pure devotional service. And even when you are there, what is the Lord saying? You preach the message of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam to anyone that you see, whichever land you may be in, the Lord is saying. And then if you do that, then you will not, these material miseries will not affect you. They may come, but they don't affect you. You will go steadily in your bhakti. They will not disturb you in any way. They will not affect you. And also, you will never be separated from me. You will always be with me. Like this. Mataji. Vindhyavali Mataji. You are in mute, Mataji.
I have a question.
Ah.
24/7, you say, means we have to chant, okay?
Yeah.
In this Kali Yuga, you're doing other things. Without other things, means like working or doing some things at home, of course, while cooking, while doing, we can think of it. But if you're working, then we have to work, because without money, there is no world in this Kali Yuga. You have to have something to live. Just that, right? Whether it is little or it's more, or big house or small house, we have to have something. So what my question is, 24/7, it's very hard to think about God. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
But for me, what I'm saying is, if we are cooking, we are doing some things, and at home, I'm just doing this, I'm washing clothes, or cleaning the house, or whatever it is, I say Krishna. Is that 24/7?
Yes. If you are actually saying Krishna constantly, that is why the condition is either, not all, either through body, mind, or words. Even with your body, if you're cooking for the Lord, you may not be chanting, but you're cooking, that is direct devotional service. And if you're doing anything else with your mouth, if you're chanting Krishna, Krishna, that is direct devotional service. Even if you're not saying with your mouth or with your body, in your mind, you're thinking of Krishna, that is also direct devotional service. One of these three ways continuously, like a continuous line, no gaps, that is pure devotional service.
Because when I climb the stairs, when I come downstairs, when I sit, or when I just get up, oh, Hare Krishna, and Jai Jagannath, Jai Baldev, Jai Subhadra, I think all of them.
Yes.
So
yes.
whether that is my chanting or not. Chanting, of course, I do finish my rounds. If I can do more, I'll do it, okay? Chanting. That is not the thing. But each and every step, whatever I do, I think of Krishna. I say Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Vasudeva. I
So
say, I think always.
You're offering that work to the Lord. Is that what is your consciousness when you're saying that, like, my climbing the steps, this is offered to you? Or what is your conscious? I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is, I'm going upstairs. Oh, Krishna, Vasudeva, Jagadrakshaka, like that I will say and then get up.
You're just remembering the Lord at all the times.
Remembering.
Yes,
And coming
yes,
downstairs also I do that. And
yes,
when I get some water, I get that. I
yes.
sit and oh God, Krishna, let me sit. Oh, I got up, Hare Krishna, Vasudeva. I think like that.
Yeah.
Whether that is thinking of Krishna, but
So
I'm
there
just
is,
thinking of him all the time.
yeah. So what is said is there is one verse in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Yat karoshi yadashnasi yad juhoshi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tad
Yeah.
kurushva madarpanam.
Mother.
So whatever you do, yat karoshi, anything you do, whether you're climbing your stairs or you're doing any work that you may be doing, cleaning or anything, charity you're giving or tapasya you're doing, anything you're doing, if you are, you offer it to me, Krishna said. So there, it does not mean it is already pure devotional service, but it is like one step before coming to pure devotional service, because you're still doing some karma, and that karma you're offering to the Lord. That is why I was trying to understand your consciousness. If you're saying, you must have seen also, like when we sneeze, we say Krishna. And, in villages, old ladies, when they walk, they say Krishnarpanam. They say Krishnarpanam,
Yeah.
Krishnarpanam. So that is one, that is that. That means anything that I do, even Laukika karma, Vyavaharika karma, like walking, sitting, sleeping, sneezing, and what to speak of any job that you do, everything, Krishnarpanam, Krishnarpanam, Govindarpanam, offer everything to the Lord. That is Yat Karoshi, Yadashnasi, Yad Juhoshi, Dadasi. That means everything that I do, whether it is good or bad, it does not matter. Everything I'm offering to the
Krishna.
Lord. So that is called,
Pure
that is actually karma. No, it's not yet pure devotional service.
Ah.
Pure devotional service means you are not doing any karma. You are doing direct devotional service. Direct devotional service
Like
means
chanting?
Shravanam Kirtanam. Chanting and remembering the Lord. Not that this work I'm offering to Krishna. You understand the difference. You are remembering the Lord. Continuously you are remembering the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Or you are continuously remembering. But when you are doing any work, like you take every opportunity, whatever work you are doing, let me offer this to the Lord. Arpanam, Krishna Arpanam, Govinda Arpanam. That is not yet pure devotional service. Because what is the consciousness? Whatever work I'm doing, let me offer to the Lord. Whereas if you're doing Sakshat Bhakti, what is Sakshat Bhakti? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasem. So Shravanam, you're thinking, remember, hearing. Or Kirtanam, you're constantly chanting. Or Smaranam, you're constantly remembering. Continuous line. That is Shuddha Bhakti. So, and again, Mataji, it's not that it will, I mean, I think you're far ahead because you're continuously making that endeavor.
And
That,
when I do charity, by any little bit charity, whatever what I do, I say Hare Krishna, Krishna Arpana, Hare Krishna. I say that and then give.
Yeah.
That I do that.
Yeah.
And then singing, Kirtana. Oh God, whenever I get mood, I keep on singing my Krishna bhajans. No matter whether anybody is hearing or not, I do that.
Yes, very nice.
So that I enjoy myself. I don't know. I think Krishna and whatever bhajans I want to sing, I sing. And then today I got a call from Denver. We always used to do second Saturday in Denver temple. We used to do the kirtan. And then that lady, she remembered one bhajan, what I used to sing. In that, I used to say Krishna, Govinda, Narayana. I like that. That's bhajan comes, Whenever I sing that Krishna, like that long thing, those husband and wife, they just fall for that. And today, after a long time, that lady called me. She went to temple and she met another lady. And they both thought of me. And then that lady thought of my bhajan. And then she called me twice. I didn't pick up the phone. And finally I called her and I spoke to her. She said, Mataji, whenever I think that Krishna bhajan you sing, me and my husband, we feel for that. We can never forget you. I said, not me, Krishna. He gave me that. Whenever I sing that bhajan, Mataji, after so many years, I left 2006 Denver, and today she called me, and that made me just tears. I don't know why. Even now I'm getting tears. The way that lady thought, and then she thought of bhajan. And then when I called, she didn't pick up the phone. I sang that bhajan. I said, Krishna, like that I sang that bhajan. Now you know who is this. I hang up. She called me. She said, oh, that bhajan of Mataji just makes our life.
Yeah. Very
That
nice.
beautiful
Thank you.
bhajan, Mataji, that one.
Yeah.
When I say Krishna, that's it.
Jai.
We used to
Thank you
enjoy
so
that bhajans, Mataji. Every second Saturday, we used to sing those bhajans. I miss all that. Krishna is sending me too far. Whether he is calling me close to him or is sending me away from him. I don't know what to tell. So these are the things, it makes me feel that is only my life and my Krishna thing. And whenever I think of bhajans, those bhajans, I myself sing in the bathroom and here or wherever I sit. I forget that place.
Yeah.
That is the thing.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji.
So whether that is I am praying Krishna or whether I am doing for my satisfaction, I don't know. So every little step I feel that Krishna, Vasudeva.
Yeah.
I think.
Just keep doing that, Mataji. I mean,
That's all.
the realization will come. Yeah, whether you, yeah, it's fine. Even if you're doing it for yourself, you're still doing it. You're chanting Krishna's name. So this thing will lead to the next. So it is,
I
yeah.
don't know what it
And also, it's not, when you please Krishna, you will be pleased also. That's the nature of bhakti, right? If Krishna is pleased, you will also be pleased. It's not that you're doing it for Krishna and you will not be pleased. You will be pleased also. So let's read now, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Sorry.
Thank you.
Interrupt you.
No, not at all. Hare Krishna. So we were saying that Mahaprabhu told this. One more thing is, we also read this. In this way, whatever instructions Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave to this Kurma Brahman, the same instruction he gave to any householder where he stopped to take Bhiksha Prasadam, he would instruct them in the same way, that you continuously chant the Lord's names and then you preach this Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam to others. So then in the purport, what did we see? Yeah, same thing. It doesn't matter, right? So yesterday we discussed this. Yeah, we discussed all this yesterday. How some people feel that the Sahajiyas criticize the devotees, because here in this verse it is said you become a guru, right? So the Sahajiyas say that no, you should not accept many gurus, because why do they say that? They criticize the activities of the devotees, right? If you are chanting 24 hours, you should not accept, because if you accept a disciple, means you have to accept the sins of the disciple, right? So that's why they say, oh, we don't accept any disciples. But Srila Prabhupada is saying that's not required. Thinking that I'm a first-class devotee, and if I accept disciples, then I will fall down. So that's not required. That's just that's an artificially advanced devotee, right? You remain a grihastha, no problem. And remaining a grihastha according to Mahaprabhu's instruction, You chant, you endeavor to chant the Lord's names 24 hours a day. Same instruction Krishna also gives in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna, of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna, same instruction he will give. What Krishna is telling Arjun towards the end in Bhagavad Gita, towards the last instructions before saying that Sarvadharman Parityajya, just a couple verses before that, the Lord is telling that you do your work, right? You fight, but while you're fighting, you constantly think about me, right? You do your duty as a Kshatriya, you do your duty, and while doing your duty, you constantly think about me, right? Like that. So then, if you're constantly thinking about the Lord, that is Shuddha Bhakti. If you're constantly chanting the names of the Lord or thinking about the Lord, that is pure devotional service. And also, you do your duty, right? That means if you're not yet a pure devotee, then you endeavor to think about the Lord all the time. Endeavor, right? You do your dharma and you endeavor to think about the Lord. And what is the difference between one? Okay, this is one more point. What is the difference between one who's already a pure devotee and one who's still endeavoring to be a pure devotee? Sometimes we see even pure devotees are also householders and they're also doing duties. I gave you the example of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur yesterday. And there are others also who are not yet pure devotees, but they are also doing. The difference between the two is one still has this upadhi, identifies the self as, that particular body, right? I'm still a Brahmana, I'm still a Kshatriya, I am this, that bodily identification will be there. And yes, they also can try. They're aspiring devotees, so they're also thinking, they're also endeavoring to think of Krishna all the time. And they're doing their duties in this world. But they're still identifying with that body. Whereas one who's a pure devotee, he's also constantly thinking of the Lord, right? He's endeavoring, he's thinking of the Lord constantly. And but he doesn't identify with the body. And he's also doing duties in this world. It's not that after you become a pure devotee, then they won't do. Arjun is a pure devotee. Is he doing or not? He's still fighting on the battlefield. So that is why Krishna consciousness, where is the consciousness that is important? What we have to work on is our consciousness. So that devotee, why he has to do work? He does work to set an example to others so that seeing him, they will do their duties properly in this world. They don't just act whimsically, irresponsibly, giving up the duties in this world. Because if you give up your duties, what will happen? If you give up the duties which are prescribed in the Shastra, then you will end up doing adharma. Adharma, if you do adharma, you will fall. If you do adharma, you will fall. You won't make progress. That is why everyone must be encouraged to do his dharma. Not encouraged, it should be enforced. Everyone must be engaged doing in his dharma, because that dharma will actually help him come out of this bodily consciousness eventually. Otherwise, if they're not doing dharma and if they say we will only chant Hare Krishna, what will happen is, because they didn't get the qualification for becoming a pure devotee is getting full faith, right? Dridha Shraddha is important. That is the qualification for becoming a pure devotee. So if you don't have Dridha Shraddha, and if you just say, I won't do my dharma also, because I'm a devotee, I won't do my dharma, that means I can do anything I like. I cheat a little bit here, no problem, right? Or I will, just change my partner, right? I don't like my wife, I'll marry another lady. I don't like my husband, I'll marry another man. Adharma, I'm saying. And then you may even give excuse that because my wife does not cooperate with my bhakti, therefore I will marry a girl who will cooperate with my bhakti. You leave. This is adharma. You may say I'm doing it for bhakti, but if you're doing adharma, how do you expect to progress in bhakti? Krishna's instruction is you hold on to your dharma. And dharma is meant for who? Human beings. If I'm not even on the platform of a human being, how do I expect to become a devotee? By not following dharma, we fall from even human platform. Devotee is a very high position, isn't it? So therefore, we should not foolishly just reject what is our dharma. We should follow dharma, and then that dharma that we are doing also must be according to our nature, and we should not shreyan swadharmo vigunaha paradharmat swanushtitat, right? It is better to do, you not better, you must do your own duty. Don't try to do someone else's duty. This will actually help you progress, right? To rise above the bodily platform. It is essential. It is artificially, we cannot say that without doing dharma, I will just chant Hare Krishna and I will become a pure devotee. It's like, you're on step 1 and you want to go to, after 20 steps, you'll just jump like that. And this dharma is, we are not saying don't chant Hare Krishna, do dharma. No. Chant Hare Krishna. But the time when you're not chanting Hare Krishna, you do dharma. Don't do adharma. That's all. And you increase your bhakti, the time. And when the whole time you're doing only bhakti, then it does not matter. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to do anything else. No need of dharma, no need of work. But the fact is, we are not doing bhakti continuously. Then we must do dharma, because that dharma will protect us from falling down. Otherwise, why there are so many fall downs? Think about it. So many fall downs. Why they are happening? They're happening because
But
of neglecting.
sometimes this dharma, like your husband and wife, suppose they are there. Now, one is too much devotee. The other one is not at all. The other one won't let that other person not to be devotion.
Depends
So
on who.
those,
Mataji.
huh?
Depends on who it is. Like if it is the
No,
wife, then
anybody,
wife's dharma is...
both the partners, either of them. But what happens is, the person cannot do the dharma. Because if that is...
First, you should understand what is dharma. So husband's
Household.
dharma is to provide for the wife.
Yeah.
Husband is working and providing for the wife, socially, financially, and, he's taking care. Wife's dharma is to remain faithful to the husband,
That's
cook
true.
and clean and take care of the children.
If they
all
both
that.
they both are not doing their dharma properly, and they want just other person disturbs the other person not to do devotional service, that way it is very hard, Mataji.
It is hard, no doubt. It is hard. But I'm saying, am I doing bhakti 24 hours? Okay, I'm being disturbed. Let's say I'm being disturbed by my spouse. Am I doing bhakti 24 hours?
But bhakti you want to do, but when you are not doing your other duty, means other, what you're calling your household duties.
Yes.
If you are not doing 24/7, you want to do the devotional service, the other person may not agree, okay? That is also
devotional service, Mataji, can also be done internally. It is not just externally. Devotional service can also be done internally. Now, if we don't do our dharma, we will fall down. So, whatever is my dharma in this world, I must do that. That's what Krishna is telling Arjun. Because I'm getting some difficulty in my dharma, it is expected. Dukkhalem ashashvatam. Material world means you should expect problems. So when you have problems in this world, if you becoming, trying to fix those problems, if you fall away from your dharma, Krishna is saying that is not going to help you in your spiritual life. So first of all, you understand what is your dharma. For women, it is very easy to understand what their dharma is. But for men specifically, they have to know, is it Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, what is their swabhava? According to that, what is their dharma, they have to do. But women's dharma is to be faithful to the husband and serve the husband. I'm not talking about husbands who may be, violent.
No.
And no,
Let's not go
that's a
there.
different, yeah. So that if you remove that, then if a woman is tolerating, even, from Bhagavatam we read, we have examples of Sukanya, right? Like this, we have many examples, Devahuti. Even there it is said, Srila Prabhupada in the purpose gives very clearly, even if the husband is irritable, angry, and, maybe even wrong, he can be wrong when he's yelling at the wife. Wife's dharma is to tolerate. Why? I'll tell you. Why? It is not about who is right or who is wrong. If she tolerates, she will progress in bhakti. She will bhakti,
that's
not
true.
bhakti. She will transcend the bodily concept by
Yeah.
tolerating that difficulty.
That's
Never mind, even if she's suffering externally. It's just like, I'll give you an example in the case of a man. If the man is on the battlefield as a kshatriya, he's fighting on the battlefield. He's being like Abhimanyu's case, you see. He was fighting, how brutally he was murdered. But he did not leave the battleground. He stood there and he fought until his last breath. This is the success for your dharma until your last minute, even if it means death. Then what to speak of all other troubles? For the sake of dharma, if you tolerate pains, that will actually elevate you from the bodily platform. So that is the purpose of karma in this world, according to Bhagavad Gita. That is the purpose of dharma. Dharma is not meant for comforts. Wherever it is comfortable, wherever it is pleasing, then I will do my dharma. When it is not pleasing, I will give up my dharma. If that is the motive, then it will keep you, because what is comfortable and what is painful? It is for the body, it is not for the soul.
yeah.
That means it is key, when you fall away from your dharma with the consideration of material pain or pleasure, that means you're falling down on the bodily platform. You won't make spiritual progress. So therefore, if you look at traditionally, it is never, whatever it is, whatever kind of spouse you may have, you are always, you see, they're always pativrata nari means she's simply serving her husband. Why? It is not about whether he is good or bad. You will make progress by doing your dharma. That is the point. And similarly for man also, he has his dharma. If he does not do, he won't make progress, but the wife will make progress. If he is not doing his dharma, he will fall. But if the wife still does her dharma, she will make progress. So this is what Shastra is saying. Now talking about bhakti, of course, bhakti is transcendental. Now while doing your dharma, if in your heart you're tolerating, why you're tolerating, for what purpose? If you're tolerating this thinking that this will help me, I'm tolerating this because this is the dharma given by the Lord. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. This dharma, according to my nature, I got this dharma, and dharma is given by the Lord. Let me tolerate this. With this, I am doing, but my goal is what? My goal is Bhagavat Prapti. I want to get pure devotional service. In order, this dharma is not going against your pure devotional service. Rather, this will help you come to pure devotional service, because your consciousness is being nicely churned there actually. Here or there, in every way, there will be difficulties in this world. There will be insults. There will be, but it's about, you have to keep your goal in your mind. And it is not that husband is not allowing or wife is not allowing, whatever it is. Bhakti is not only external. Bhakti can continue. Even
That point I want to know.
Yeah, bhakti you will progress. And the result, you will find out, where you'll go there. The world may or may not see. Externally, the world may see, oh, this person is, so going through so much material difficulty, didn't get a good situation and this and that. You cannot see how that person is actually. So that is why our approach has to be proper. Our approach this is from Shastra. This is what Krishna is instructing us. Now, I'm not saying that I'm following it and I'm preaching that. I'm telling you what I'm studying from Shastra. And the next step is to actually apply it in our lives. First, we have to know what is to be done. That's when we can apply, isn't it?
That's true.
So, like that.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Okay. So, yeah. So, yesterday we were seeing this verse. Let's go to today's verse.
We went to the other para also.
Yeah, we finished this yesterday.
That Goswamis also.
Yeah. So I was just trying to refresh our memory of what we did. So yesterday, one thing is that they say that you should not. So Prabhupada is saying there's no need of being artificially advanced devotee, right? Right? Being a renounced person and then saying, I won't accept a disciple, not required. Remain a householder, be humble, right? And preach like that. Then the Sahajiyas, they criticize the devotees because they are accepting many thousands of disciples like Sripad Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya. They had so many thousands of disciples, so they criticize because they think you should not accept any disciple. If you are a pure devotee, why you have to accept disciples? And the Goswamis have written so many literatures. They criticize that also. So by criticizing, you're thinking you're a great devotee, you're so humble that you won't even accept a disciple. And what type of humility? You're criticizing those who have dedicated their lives to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. By this criticism, you're actually offending the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How do you expect to make any progress in bhakti? That is the charge against the Sahajiyas who criticize the Vaishnavacharyas. So let's read today's verse. So what did we read in this verse? Mahaprabhu, wherever he went, he gave the same instruction to any devotee's home, wherever he accepted prasadam. He gave the same instruction. Pathe jaite devalaye rahe jai grame jara ghare bhikka kore sei mahajane kurme yaiche riti taiche koila sarva thai nila chale punah yavat na aila gosai. Pathe jaite devalaye rahe jai grame. Where would Mahaprabhu stay when he would go to any village? Devalay, temple, right? Pathe jaite devalay rahe. On the way, when he would go to any particular village, he would stay in a temple, right? Devalay rahe, jai grame. Jara ghare bhikka kore sei mahajane. He would simply accept prasadam in someone's home, but he would sleep where? In the temple. Kurme yaiche riti taiche koila sarva thai nila chale punah yavat na aila gosai. So, kurme yaiche riti, whatever, the way, like whatever his strategy was in Kurmagram or in Kurma Brahmana's house, taiche koilo sarvatai, that's what he applied wherever he went. Right? He would stay there. Stay there means he would accept bhiksha. He would take prasad there. And then he would instruct them. You should chant Nirantar continuously. And then you preach the message of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam to anyone you see. On my order, you become a guru. Like this, he would preach. Nila chale punah yavat na aila gosai. So until he returned to Nilachal, this is what he was doing. Wherever he went, he would instruct like this. While on his tour, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would spend the night at a temple by the road. Whenever he accepted food from a person, he would give him the same advice he gave the Brahmana named Kurma. He adopted this process until he returned to Jagannath Puri from South Indian tour. अतएव इहा कहिलाम कोरिया विस्तार ए मत जानिबे प्रभुर सर्वत्र व्यवहार. अतएव इहा कोइलाम कोरिया विस्तार. So in one place I have given you in detail. In Kurma Brahmana's case, what Mahaprabhu did, I gave the details. E mata janibe. So you should understand in the same way, Prabhura sarvatra vyavahar. His behavior was the same everywhere. In one place I've given you the details. Now you apply it to every place. Wherever he went, the same thing he did. Thus I have described the Lord's behavior elaborately in the case of Kurma. In this way, you will know Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's dealings throughout South India. Ei mata sei ratri tahai rohila pratah kale prabhu snana koria chalila. So he would be walking all day, and in the evening, whichever village he would arrive at, he would spend the night there in the temple, right? He would take prasad in someone's home, some brahmana's home, and night he would spend there, and the next morning again he would continue walking. Mata sei ratri tahai rohila. So like this in Kurma Brahman's house also, he spent the night, not house, but in the temple, right? Pratah kale Prabhu snana koriya chalila. He would take bath in the morning in the river nearby somehow, and then he would continue walking. Thus, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would remain at night in one place, and the next morning after bathing, he would start again. Prabhura Anuvraji Kurma Bahudura Aila. Prabhu Tare Jatna Kori Ghare Pathaila. So this Kurma Brahman wanted to go with Mahaprabhu, isn't it? And Mahaprabhu told him, no, you stay at home and you preach Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam. And Mahaprabhu left. But what did Kurma Brahman do? Prabhura Anuvraji Kurma Bahudura Aila. He kept walking behind Mahaprabhu for a long distance. He couldn't go back. Prabhu Tare Jatna Kori, in various ways, convincing him, speaking to him with great endeavor. Ghare Pathaila, again sent him back home. Go back to your house. You don't have to follow me like that. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left, the Brahmana Kurma followed him a great distance, but eventually Lord Chaitanya took care to send him back home. Vasudeva Nama Eka Dvija Mahashay Sarvange Galita Kushtha Tate Kidamoy. So this was first we read about Kurma Brahman. So the other day, Priyanka Haripriya Mataji was asking me about, which book was that, Mataji? You asked about Brahma Samhita? So about it's not Kurma
Yes,
Brahman.
Mataji, Brahma Samhita.
Yeah, we didn't hear about that here. So another, maybe. Yeah. Or maybe on the way back. I don't know. I cannot recollect now. And then now we're reading about another Brahman, Vasudev Brahman. Okay?
Mataji, he says Brahma Samhita?
No. Mahaprabhu goes to South India and like in one temple, he collects Brahma Samhita. Actually, there's another, no, now I remember. There's another one Brahmana, his name, it's not Kurma Brahmana, one Brahmana who's a devotee of Lord Ramchandra. So that we will come across that as we read.
Okay.
So he was so much, maybe Ramdas Vipra or something, his name is there. So he is a devotee of Lord Ramchandra, and he's always completely in the, what do you say, he is practically living in Ramayana, in the pastimes of Lord Ramchandra. So he's not able to accept that Ravana touched Sri Sita
Yeah,
Devi's.
Sita Devi.
Yeah. So he couldn't, so he prepared a nice feast and everything for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but he wouldn't eat. Mahaprabhu asked why. He said, how can I eat when my mother is touched by that Ravana, So then
He won't touch.
So then Mahaprabhu to convince when he went to South India further down. So in, I think, Adikeshav temple, he found, he got proof. He actually tore, I think Kurma Puran or something, Mataji. I'm not sure. Some book.
Most probably the
ancient-
other book. Yeah, not Brahma Samhita. I don't think so.
Yes, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, so he got Brahma Samhita and another book from which he found this quote. So he tore off the pages from
Maya
that.
Sita, he took it.
So to prove to him, see, he brought that back and he showed him, and then he was satisfied that, oh, my mother was not touched by Ravana. Then he ate prasadam. So
Yeah,
that's
Maya Sita.
yes.
That is most probably Ramdas, I think.
We will read. Yeah. I think it's Ramdas Vipra is the name, but it will come. So now we read about Kurma Brahmana. Next we will read about Vasudev Vipra. We will start that tomorrow. It's already late today. And are you all okay? I think Thanksgiving weekend is starting. Can we continue in the evenings, or do you want me to stop? Chetan Charitamrita next weekend. Is it okay?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
So what about tomorrow?
Tomorrow also we'll do. Will do. I'm here only. I actually
it's
miss even
kind of interesting for me, because we are other class also we are having second Madhilila, but I'm not able to understand that much the way you are telling me. Thanks to you.
also it's continuation, no? Every day we are doing, so that keeps us,
Thanks to you. Thanks to you.
Thanks to Krishna and all of you, Srila Prabhupada. Yeah, mornings I'm missing doing the morning classes.
Yeah, my
And
class are clashing, my other Bhagavatam class and this one. And if I had to join this class, I had to be very, very early.
no, Mataji, you're already set there. You attend every morning. So this is just so that, so you're
No,
going
I would
there,
like
do
to,
that.
if it is possible, other time, I would like to hear. What is that I am doing, Mataji, at this age? I want to listen to. At least if I
I
keep
also
on
do
listening.
class, Mataji, in the morning.
Yeah,
Huh?
let's just do it, Mataji. I was thinking after I said no, if I start again, it won't.
Yeah, you're not doing morning class?
For 2 days, because I have a course coming up next Monday. So I thought, okay, I will, but maybe I should just do it. I don't know.
What time is your class, Mataji?
6:30 to 8 in the morning.
That is, this one is 7:50 to 9 sometimes.
Right. Yeah. So
It's too close for me.
close, yeah. Jumping one to the other, yeah.
Uh,
That's why I'm not able to come to that. I just, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not able to come to your class. And I want to listen to all the classes throughout the day.
Yeah.
If you give me throughout the day, I won't mind. That makes me happy.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do it, Subhadra Mataji. I'll just send a message if,
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Samaveta Gaur Bhakta Vrind ki jai.
Jai.
Sri Chaitanya Charitamrit ki jai. Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Bhaktanam Padnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thanks, Mataji. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nice nectar class.
Chaitanya Charitamrit.